Hi, and here we are on the stage at Peacock Collegiate, which is, for the first segment, home court advantage for Daniel Falk, who's just dropped in from Toronto to catch us up on what he's been doing and what he's going to be doing, which are things of interest to the people in Moose Jaw. So Daniel, welcome home.
Thanks for having me, Lyle. It's great to be back.
Just flew in this morning, and boy, are your arms tired.
They actually are. They actually are. Pushing everybody off the plane was really hard work, so my arms literally are tired.
Oh, man. Now, you, of course, live in Toronto now. You are an actor. You're a writer. You do many other, things theatrical.
I wear many hats.
Oh, okay. Now, Daniel, of course, was a graduate of Peacock Collegiate, and is most famous for a couple of things, but most importantly, having a set fall on your head during a play, getting a concussion, but still carrying on.
Yeah. I think that concussion is really the defining moment in my career. I think it made me the man I am today. It just knocked loose whatever needed to be knocked loose, and it made me crazy enough to actually want to pursue this as a career. So. Thanks, Lyle. Thanks for that.
No problem. Yeah. And he was playing Daddy Warbucks in Annie. That was the show that happened in. But of course, a lot of happy memories here as well.
Oh yeah. I even think that was a happy memory.
Yeah.
Because when you get a concussion, you go into shock first. So for about 20 minutes, I was totally euphoric. I was just having a great time, and then I almost passed out. So.
And it was after the second act. Still had a third act to do. But now you're in Toronto, you are acting. Let's talk about what you've been doing recently.
Yeah. Well, this summer I spent the summer at a theater called the Thousand Island Playhouse, where I've worked before doing a show called Blood Brothers. And this summer I was doing a show called Suds, which is a review show, and all of the songs in it are pulled from like the 60s pop repertoire. So like Going to the Chapel and I don't know, like all of those songs. And it was an amazing time.
It's kind of like the shows that Randy Apostle does in Winnipeg then, with the Wow Productions.
Yeah, it's a similar style of show.
He takes music from the time era that and he makes it after TV shows or movies. And so but Suds is obviously a good thing. And how long was that run?
We ran the show for 8 weeks, I think, and we rehearsed for 2. So it took up June and July.
And you've got a big project underway right now of a musical adaptation.
Yeah, I've been working on an adaptation of a musical called Sunshine Sketches of a Little Town. We've had some financial support. A philanthropist has come on board and has been supporting the project along. And it's been going really well. We did some workshops in January and February. We unfortunately had to replace our composer, but we've got a new guy on board. He's actually the composer who I wrote a previous show with, Funny Business. So I've worked with him before. I know he's a great guy, and he's going to do an awesome job finishing the score for us. So
that's great. And of course, Sunside Sketches is Stephen Laycock is based on his comedy.
Yeah. So it's a sort of if you take like a Canadian lit course at university, like this is going to be one of the books that you study. It's the he's like the Canadian Mark Twain. So
yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, because his humor is quite subtle and very smiles for days afterwards.
Yeah. I like what I sort of like about his style of writing is that he wasn't just a humorist. He was also like an economist and historian, and so you really get. There is a lot of real subtlety, and sometimes you've got to read something almost like once or twice through to make sure you caught everything. So that's one of the reasons why I love working on this adaptation, is that the source material is so rich. Yeah,
and of course, it's a great thing. Any production dates or plans yet?
No, it's still way too early for that sort of thing. We have some contacts at different theaters. We have theaters that we would sort of dream of it being at, and then theaters that, the second tier that we will accept it being at.
And then there's theaters that you hope doesn't.
Yeah. So, but that's sort of like 2 years down the line. They say the average Broadway musical from conception to premiering on Broadway is 7 years. Not that we're not necessarily aiming for Broadway. This is sort of a Canadian musical, and Billy Bishop Goes to War opened on Broadway and lasted 2 weeks. Canadian musicals don't tend to fare terribly well on Broadway, so.
But Canadian actors do.
Canadian actors do, yeah. And actually Canadian, I actually should take that back, because Drowsy Chaperone was a Canadian show, and it won a ton of Tonys, and it was a completely Canadian created show. So.
And we just talked to the people from Central who are doing that play this year.
Yeah, I saw that on the Cultural Center's website.
Yeah. Well, good. And speaking of the Cultural Center, let's talk about future plans.
Yep. Yeah, well, I'm coming back to Moose Jaw in December, and we're doing another pantomime at the Cultural Center. This year we're doing Snow White. And I mean, if you saw Aladdin last year or Cinderella 2 years ago, they're so much fun. Like, I seriously think the only people who are having a better time than the audience are us. It is just such a blast. And this is just promising to be just more of the same. Like,
And it's interactive theater too, isn't it?
yeah. You know, the great thing about, I mean, what totally surprised me was the first year we did it. I've seen Pantos in Toronto where they've done them for like 30 years, and the audience knows how to react. And I was worried in that first year when we did Cinderella that we'd walk out and be like, you know, we'd do our thing and sort of explain to the audience how to react, and we'd just sort of stand there with egg on our face while people were like, what are these people doing? But as soon as we explained it, people got right into it, and it was like right from the get-go, they were totally on board, reacted way more than any of us anticipated that they would. So you boo the villains, you cheer the heroes, you get to yell sarcastic, mean things at the bad guys. It's like tons of fun. There's a sing-along, kids get prizes. I mean, what more could you ask for?
And it's on for what, a week?
Yeah, it's just a week. It's a very short run. We do, this year it's a little bit different. We open on December 23rd, and then we take Christmas Eve, Christmas and Boxing Day off, and then the 27th, 28th, 29th, we have shows on as well. So 8 shows total, 2 on each day. And if for ticket information, moosejawculture.com is the website for the Cultural Center, or you can call 693-4700 as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been a running joke the last couple of shows that I've had people on talking about their place in their school. And I say, where can you get tickets? And they don't know the school phone number because they're never in trouble at school, so they never phone.
Yeah, I admit, I had my phone out just before the interview, like, what's this phone number again? There it is, yeah.
Now, I thought it was always, I was just so well prepped.
I'm a publicity machine, really, is what I am. But it's an all Saskatchewan cast again this year. We've got a ton of great people from Moose Jaw and
Can you tell us?
from the area. Yeah. Well, me, Tara Federico.
good guy, the bad
I'm the good guy. I'm the prince again. Yeah. You know, it's my dream to one day be the bad guy, but I guess I'm just too handsome for that.
Okay, you can
Yeah,
believe that.
yeah. I'll just keep believing that. But Tara Federico's back. She was Cinderella. I'm not sure who she's playing this year. She's not Snow White though. David Playfair, who was one of the Ugly Stepsisters, Moose Jaw's own Patrick French, who actually directed that fateful production of Annie where I got clobbered by the set. So, you know what? I think I'm probably going to get killed by something in this one. If you want to see me get destroyed on stage by a falling set piece, this is your chance.
Well, he's not directing though.
No, but he is involved, and so it might be like the Patrick French curse or something.
I hope.
Sorry, Pat. I didn't mean you're not cursed.
And anybody else?
A lot of other people. I don't know her. I've never met her. My brain, I can't remember.
Okay. But the phone number is 693-4700.
Yeah, and the whole cast is listed on the website, and I'm gonna like meet her in December, and I hope she's probably not gonna see this interview. I hope not anyway, because then she'll be like, "What a jerk! You didn't know my name." Anyway.
I just want you to know we are on YouTube, and this goes worldwide.
Curses.
Okay, we're down to 2 minutes, but let's just talk about what's the reason that you're here, because I think it's a very special reason that you've been come home this weekend.
Yeah, so my dad was George Falk. He was the principal at Cornerstone Christian School for 8 years, 10 years, something like that. And he was really instrumental in getting their drama program going. In 2008, he passed away from stomach cancer. And this year, they've decided to dedicate their theater in the building to him. So they're doing a little ceremony for that on Sunday, so I came in for that. They're also running Sound of Music right now, which my nephew Isaac is in. So
Your cohort in the Christmas or the annual theatrical production.
exactly, yeah. The Falk family dancing monkeys continue. So, so there's that. And today is also my mom's birthday. So it's like the perfect storm of family things. So it'd be crazy not to come back home.
And of course, the ceremonies take place at 3 o'clock on Sunday, the 10th of November. And if people would like to go, they're certainly invited to attend.
Yeah.
It's open to the public.
Yeah. And the Cornerstone's website is ccsmj.ca, I believe, or .com. Try both. And they have all of the details for that event on their website.
That's great. Well, our time's gone. But thanks for coming in and talking to us. That's great.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and when we come back, we're going to talk about another theatrical production because it's Theatre Day on the show. So don't go away because we'll be right back.